World Cup play continued today with the U.S. taking on Belgium, but there's another big rivalry taking place between Google and Twitter over which company can provide users and advertisers with the best real-time trending. Well, the information during World Cup matches and other major events has been a big sticking point for these two companies, and Josh Lipton has more.
USA! USA!
Soccer fans gathered today in bars, homes, and offices to cheer on their teams during the World Cup.
There's an article on BuzzFeed, there's been an article on SI's blog.
In a loft in San Francisco, a group of Google employees were also watching the game, only they were watching for work.
The U.S. cannot stop talking about Teddy Roosevelt.
Welcome to Google's World Cup War Room. Fans all over the world use Google to search for information during the World Cup. So far, Google says there have been 1.5 billion searches.
And in 2010, the World Cup had more interest than the Olympics, the Tour de France, and the Super Bowl combined. So I think we shattered that even more this year with 1.5 billion searches so far. Other big sporting events generally are in the hundreds of millions.
A group of Googlers meet in this office every day during the World Cup to mine those searches for information. Data analysts first identify the most popular topics in these Google searches. Designers then create infographics, which are posted on Google's website, as well as shared on social media and with broadcasters such as ESPN.
Google is part of this conversation around the World Cup, not just for the first time, but really in a new way.
For example, as Colombia made it into the quarterfinals, James Rodriguez became the most searched for player on the planet. So the Google team produced this infographic to showcase that trend. Financial analysts who cover Google say that the search giant is taking on Twitter with this project. Twitter breaks down millions of tweets for trends and information that can be useful for advertisers. Google is trying to show advertisers that it can be every bit as capable as Twitter when providing real-time analytics of events. Google has engaged in these kinds of projects in the past for events such as the Super Bowl or the Oscars, but the company says that it has never conducted one on this global scale. And at the end of the day, it's all about generating more advertising dollars for Google. Neil Doshi of CRT Capital says Google is trying to prove there are vast amounts of data that are not fully being utilized. If Google can start to present interesting ways of packaging this data, that could be very compelling to advertisers. Now we'll wait and see whether advertisers are impressed by these real-time snapshots of what fans are thinking as players take the field to battle for that World Cup trophy. Josh Lipton, Nightly Business Report, San Francisco.